Hello, this is part two of my Shingrix booster shot update. So I had the first Shingrix shot for preventing shingles in December, and then I got the booster shot 2 months later in February, which I originally did not know it was a two-shot series, but the second shot was much worse. I felt bad from the first shot, worse than a Tdap that I'd also had recently, and a flu shot that I'd had, and a COVID shot that I'd had. The Shingrix was the worst one, but the booster shot of Shingrix 2 days ago was worse than any of them. So this is the second video. You can go back and see what happened with the first one, but I'll give you some brief information about that. I felt pretty bad, like a flu, and the most bizarre symptoms I had was weird dreams. I had two very strange dreams, and then I had a whole bunch that I forgot. So last night I didn't have any weird dreams. I had one good dream, and it was me hanging around with Sammy Hagar and watching him track some vocals at his home studio. So that was kind of fun. Other than that, I had no other dreams. But my fever finally broke last night, and I sweated a lot, which I guess I sweated out the fever, and I feel pretty good this morning. So the second day, which they say typically 2 to 3 days, you're supposed to feel better from the Shingrix booster. So I'm on day two, and I'm starting to feel better. But I had a fever pretty much the whole time until last night. I went to bed at 7:30 p.m. But I was going to show you some other articles that I read. I Googled yesterday after I had those bizarre dreams. I wonder if anybody else had those. So I'm going to read you those other statements from other people. It says case reported by a call center described occurrence of fatigue in a 75-year-old female patient who received Shingrix on 25th June 2018. Less than a week after, the patient experienced fatigue, nightmare, hallucination, pain in arm, and abnormal dreams. Outcome on an unknown date, the outcome of the fatigue, nightmare, hallucination, pain in arm were recovered, resolved. It was unknown if the reported considered the fatigue, nightmare, hallucination, whether it was related to Shingrix or not, but it probably was. The cases were reported via chat, and they got their shot at a local pharmacy, and they had nightmares and possible hallucinations. So here's another one. If my doctor or pharmacist had told me about the side effects, I would have never have taken this vaccine. It's been 24 hours of nightmare problems and still getting worse. I'm not sure if this is specific to nightmares. Probably not, just regular symptoms. My arm feels paralyzed. My body's hot all over. Pain in my joints and muscles is progressing. Cannot sleep more than 20 minutes at a time. Shooting pins and needles, which that's a myalgia kind of symptom that some people get. And I had some of that, but not a lot. Pain going through my fingers and toes, and my skin sore to the touch. Cannot stand up for more than 5 minutes at a time. When I call my pharmacy, they brush it off. So I was going to tell you that there's a slight chance. They did a test for people 65 and above, and I believe it was 4 people out of a million get Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is like a temporary paralysis of legs and facial muscles and things of that sort that normally solve themselves. Some can last for quite a while, though, like a year, and then some people can be screwed up for quite a while, I guess. So this is the last one. This person says, I had the J&J for COVID, and it was almost without any side effects. Got my first shingles vaccine 2 months ago. I felt a little sick that night, but was basically fine. I just got my second on July 9th. A huge bad difference. I had a fever that lasted about 18 hours. Mine was longer than that. Night sweats, which I got last night. Sore muscles and weird dreams, which I had the night before. It's Sunday and I feel better. I believe this experience is worth it because shingles is awful. Also, I work for a pharma company. I believe in vaccines. So I just wanted to tell you an update here so you didn't wonder what happened after the first one. But I do feel better this morning. Hopefully I continue to progress, and by tomorrow feel normal. But that definitely was worse than a Tdap, worse than a J&J COVID vaccine, and worse than a flu shot that I had last year. So Glad to have not had any weird dreams last night like the ones prior. If you wanted to see my goofy dreams, they're on the first video from the day before. All right, bye.